Hi, just a brief overview for week one so to get you started. Um, in Women's Lit, I like to get us started by thinking about who we are in relationship to the material that we're going to read. And your first assignment is going to be due Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. As I said before, I don't get too upset if it's midnight, but when it gets a little bit after that, I get a little concerned. First thing I want you to do is to post a discussion post that talks about the most influential female in your life, who that person was, how what effect did that person have on you, and why do you admire her. And as you use this discussion, use it to reveal who you are. For example, if I said my most influential person was my mother, then I would explain how I became like her or not like her, and any maybe regrets I had about that. Now, your second response is due Friday. When you respond to people, you only need to respond to at least two, although feel free to add to more. You can rate these posts using the smiley faces. The most important things I want to go over right now, though, is the rubric, and the rubric is pretty much the same for all discussion boards. First of all, I'm going to be looking to see that you select, organize, and present the material to support a main idea. And that means, for example, in this post, you will choose one person and explain why that person influenced you. That's one main idea. Now you're going to need supporting facts, though, that will explain why. You just can't say my mom was a big influence on me because she made me who I am today. Well, you're not telling us anything. You need to tell us why. Give examples. Cite an idea. One thing people get upset about, and I forgot to mention earlier, is the fact that I say 300 to 500 words. And I mean, if it's 250, you're probably not going to fulfill the assignment. But I'm not going to be counting every word. So don't get bent out of shape. It's just a guideline. Second thing, it says applies relevant professional or personal experiences. This is where I want to see you come through, and that's like when you explain why that person is the most influential to you, my second grade teacher or whatever. You give those examples, you make it personal. And then, of course, one of the last things you'll do is you're going to respond to your fellow learners. And you're not going to just say, hey, I agree, my mom was my best friend too. Explain why. Give some more information. Add something to the conversation. Ask the person who posted questions. Ask for clarifications. And this unit it's not going to be important, but in further weeks, please make sure you cite your sources when you go out and you talk about literature or a reference to something. Discussion board posts are worth 10. Usually the way I work it is 5 points for the initial post and then 5 points for the two responses. So that's sort of what I'm looking at there, if you were concerned about how I'm going to be grading that. I enjoy learning about you and listening to what you have to say. And so get started on your discussion, and I'll be reading and responding as well as you when you respond to your classmates.